Good morning, Full Bore Silver Army. Wednesday, 2/11. We've got a lot to get to today. Silver and gold markets very volatile right now. We had silver on an impressive rise, up almost 5%, retraced down a couple percent. We were forming a huge bottom wick tweezer pattern right now off the bottoms, 84 and pressing back up. I think we're going to see a lot of volatility. We have Chinese Lunar New Year coming up, the year of the fire horse. That's coming up. SGE, SFE are also, they're going to be closed from 217 to 223, reopening on February 24th. We're going to see a period of volatility. Now, a lot of people are saying the U.S. markets are going to tank. The U.S. bankers, well, the Chinese are in on it too. You remember Yan Zhiming shorting 450 tons of silver. Chinese industry needs silver prices at a somewhat reasonable level for all the EV and solar manufacturing, etc. There is a vested interest in China to keep silver price suppressed as well. There are a lot of different scenarios that could play out here. Now, Beyond could cover his monster silver short at any point, but wouldn't it be amazing if the U.S. bankers went ultra long and they ran it up while the SGE was closed? And then Beyond woke up one morning and realized that he had to cover his short at a multi-billion-dollar loss. I mean, this plays out better than watching any Super Bowl, any Snoop Dogg Olympic, anything like that. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Gold chopping around. We hit 51.20 at 6 a.m. We have lead up. We have nickel up. We have copper up. Hey, who told you to stock up on the ammo? This guy picked up another 1,000 rounds of 300 blackout 9mm. All the components are going up. Labor's going up. Cost to run a business is going up. Government confiscatory behavior is going up. It's tough to run a business right now. I run 3 of them. It's not easy. We're in tax season. I'm pulling my hair out. This sucks. But, Israel's not going to get free health care and free dental and all the weapons they need if you don't pay your taxes. So you better get in there, you better pay your taxes, and for those people that really support these overseas wars, you can actually pay extra taxes if you are so inclined. So go ahead and double up on your payments to the IRS. U.S. bond yields were flying earlier, up over 1%. Nobody wants the U.S. debt. A lot of divestment, a lot of Chinese divestment, a lot of buying out of the Cayman Islands for that fat 4.5% return. Now, a commenter did bring up that there probably is some legitimate U.S. Treasury investment going on in the Cayman Islands. Yes, there probably is some legitimate arbitrage or capital storage or whatever going on. $1.85 trillion in the Cayman Islands in U.S. Treasuries? I don't think it's all legitimate. Now, we have the chemical space, which we've been beating the bushes on, pounding the table. Dow is up another 2.5%. Industry needs chemicals, metal refining needs chemicals, the war machine needs chemicals. Dow, in fact, was one of 9 companies during the Vietnam War to make Agent Orange. It's not all for humanitarian purposes. Industry does require chemical manufacturing for every bit of industrial production, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Now, we also have earnings season. We're just getting to the beginning of it. Now, 2/12 Thursday is Agnico, 2/17 Hecla, 2/18 is the big day. So the Shanghai markets are going to be closed on Wednesday, 2/18. We have Pan America Silver, Core, Kincross, Alamos, B2 Gold, Equinox, Newmont, and Rio Tinto all reporting. 2/19, First Majestic. Side note on First Majestic, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she's our favorite congressperson. She's a heavy metals investor. She has violated the Stock Act, I believe, for the 5th time. She failed to report on new buys of New Gold, the company New Gold. She has a 350% return on New Gold as of today. So she's got a 3.5 bagger in the old bank account. Good for Debbie Wasserman Schultz, but she is in violation again. Heck of a metals trader. We also have Lundin reporting. And then on Friday, 2/20, we have Engel Gold Ashanti. So all the earnings are coming in. And we saw Barrick's earnings. Let's see. Yesterday, we saw Dundee, which is now DPM. Record earnings, strong production, crushing it, gold and copper. They actually mine gold and copper in Serbia, Bosnia, Bulgaria, and Ecuador. Didn't even know they had operations there. We've got the initial earnings out, and they are strong. Something important I wanted to talk about. We've been looking into a lot of this Epstein stuff and all the ties to business, industry, banking, etc. Now you have one of the most prominent people, the Commerce Secretary, Howard Nuttlick. So Howard Nuttlick he has a long-standing relationship with Epstein. Evidently, he got his Manhattan brownstone for $10, lived right next door to Epstein. Well, now he's the U.S. Commerce Secretary under Trump, who also has ties to an individual named Brock Pierce, who was the founder of Tether stablecoin in 2014. Now, Tether is thick as thieves now with the U.S. administration. A lot of ties, and the custodian of Tether, which manages all of Tether's holdings, some of which is 140 tons of gold in a Swiss nuclear bunker. So I guess gold is a good investment because Tether's in there with the gold. But Howard Lutnick, under the auspices of Cantor Fitzgerald, his former firm, manages $130 billion in holdings for Tether. Tether, under the Genius Act, Trump's Genius Act of 2025, has rolled out USAT, which is another stable coin. So as Catherine Austin Fitts says, everybody's sour on a central bank digital currency, the CBDC, but what they're not yet sour on are these stable coins. And Catherine Austin Fitts muses that under the guise of a stable coin, that's how they institute the central bank digital currency. So USAT and Tether. The latest Epstein tranche, we have all these emails between Brock Pierce, the inventor of Tether, and Jeffrey Epstein. Went to the island several times. He was going with MIT engineers, Harvard professors, NASA engineers. These are not stupid people. They have thought all of this ahead. This is years and years in the planning to funnel everybody into a CBDC stablecoin situation. We can have the digital surveillance state looking at every single thing you do, everything you buy, looking at you through the laptop, looking at you through the Ring camera. They want total surveillance. It is all data accumulation, which is then stored at an NSA facility in Nevada in the middle of the desert that very few people know about. But every single thing you have done digitally, it is in a database right now. This guy, I will not be tethered to tethered. I've got my little short physical stack that's in a depository somewhere far, far away. I try to grow my own food, and I've got my chickens, and I've got my community, but I want to divest from all that as much as possible. A quick AI search of Tether. Tether collaborates closely with the DOJ, FBI, Secret Service, DEA, and Border Patrol. So a lot of nice collaboration there. We're going to keep an eye on that. These markets are chopping right now. But silver, strong rebound off the bottoms. Again, we've got that tweezer bottom. We're coming back up. But I think that we maintain this intermediate period of volatility. We're going to keep an eye on it. Have a fantastic day. Please like, subscribe, share. We'll talk to you soon. Full Bore Silver out.